Good evening. You are watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television.
Welcome. Welcome to this glorious National Day news bulletin. First, the headlines.
His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, Commander of the Armed Forces, presides over the military parade on the occasion of the 47th glorious National Day.
The Sultanate celebrates the 47th glorious National Day as it continues its march towards further progress and prosperity.
Also in this bulletin, the growth and development of the national manpower is the main focus of the plans and policies of the Blessed Renaissance.
And Omani foreign policy adopts stable principles during the last 47 years of the Blessed Renaissance.
Details will be in a minute. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, presided over the military parade which was held on the parade ground of the Special Police Task Force Command in the Wilaya of Sib in the Governorate of Muscat. When His Majesty the Sultan arrived at the gate of the Special Police Task Force Command, the Guard of Honor gave His Majesty the military salute, and then His Majesty headed towards the parade ground accompanied by Royal Oman Police Cavalry, where he was received by His Excellency General Sultan bin Mohammed al-Nu'mani, Minister of the Royal Office, His Excellency Sayyid Badr bin Saud bin Harab al-Busaidi, Minister responsible for Defense Affairs, and His Excellency Lieutenant General Hassan bin Mohsen al-Shriqi, Inspector General of Police and Customs. After that, His Majesty ascended the royal dais. The parade columns performed a military salute, and the joint military music band played the royal anthem, while the artillery fired a 21-gun salute greeting to His Majesty.
صاحب الجلالة السلطان قابوس المعظم سلام. Jamba! السلام عليكم مولاي حضرة صاحب الجلالة. طابور شرطة عمان السلطانية جاهز، فهل تأذنون جلالتكم ببدء الاستعراض مولاي؟ شكرا مولاي.
The parade started by musical display of joint military music bands in a military formation passing in front of the royal dais. After that, columns of protocol guards presented a military display accompanied by musical pieces of the joint military band in a form of ordinary march display passing in front of the royal dais, performing a military salute to His Majesty, the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces.
Then the columns of the Protocol's Guard chanted the call of loyalty and allegiance and proclaimed thrice, long live His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces. After that, the royal anthem was played and Protocol Guard's columns gave the military salute to His Majesty the Sultan, signaling the conclusion of the military parade.
يعيش جلالة السلطان قابوس المعظم. يعيش جلالة السلطان قابوس المعظم. يعيش جلالة السلطان قابوس المعظم. قرار السلطان قابوس المعظم سلام. شكرا مولاي.
The parade was attended, along with His Majesty, by Their Highnesses, Their Excellencies Chairman of the State and Shura Councils, Their Excellencies the Ministers and Advisors, His Excellency Dr. Abdulatif bin Rashid Al Zayani, Secretary General of the Gulf Cooperation Council countries, Commanders of Sultan's Armed Forces, Royal Guard of Oman, Royal Oman Police, Military and Security Services, Honourable Members of the State Council, Their Excellencies Members of the Shura Council and the Undersecretaries of the Ministries, Honourable Judges, Heads of Diplomatic Missions of brotherly and friendly countries accredited to the Sultanate, Military Attachés, Senior Military Commanders and Officers, Senior Officials in the State, Walis, Sheikhs and other dignitaries, a number of officers and non-commissioned officers, personnel of the Sultan's Armed Forces, Royal Guard of Oman, Royal Oman Police and other security services in the state.
On this glorious occasion, His Majesty the Sultan, the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, received the gift of the Royal Oman Police that was presented by His Excellency Lieutenant General Hassan bin Muhsin Al-Shriqi, Inspector General of Police and Customs.
The Sultanate celebrates today the 47th anniversary of the glorious National Day, which is a source of pride and appreciation for all the people of Oman. The following report by Salah bin Khalfan al-Rabi highlights some aspects of Oman's development march.
People of noble human values and wise conduct, seeking goodness and peace. On the soil of their land, civilizations had established, and their ships roamed all seas for exchanging trade, building interests, and establishing friendship with other nations. Based on these historical facts, His Majesty Sultan Qaboos is leading the building of modern Oman, establishing a modern state that enjoys security and prosperity, and a unique approach for wise governance based on principles of justice, equality, and citizenship at the domestic front. At the external front, the policy is based on balance, frankness, rationality, building friendship, trust, and credibility with other nations. With the advent of the 18th of November, the Blessed Renaissance March reviews its goals to attain more achievements, as citizens express love and gratitude to the wise leader, and all wilayas had celebrations and received more development projects. The new beginning of Development March was embodied in Tanfeed program to enhance economic diversification and a number of strategic projects in the fields of ports, airports, and express roads, as to mark the Sultanate a logistic hub for the region and the world. In addition to that, there are many industrial and touristic projects, top of which are Duqm Refinery, Petrochemical Complex, Chinese City in Duqm, Ras Markaz Oil Storage, Liwa Plastic Complex, Khazan Gas Project, Sultan Qaboos Touristic Port, and Oman Convention and Exhibition Center. A nation is only built by its people. This was translated by Omani generations who enjoyed education, training, healthcare during the years of the Blessed Renaissance through their presence in shura and state councils, municipal councils, non-government organizations, and other work fields in public and private sectors. They are working tirelessly for new horizons of development and prosperity for the country. Oman today is enjoying numerous achievements with states institutions that work to serve the citizens as per a comprehensive vision that builds the present and future in all fields and at all levels. A vision that is based on constructive building, keeping pace with developments in the world, and at the same time preserving the Omani identity, principles, and values.
In implementation of the continuous attention accorded by His Majesty Sultan Qaboos towards the workforce of Omani youth, the Council of Ministers has devised plans needed to provide suitable employment for national manpower. More details in the following report by Abdullah bin Ahmed al-Rabi'i.
Omani youth has been and remains a concern for the founder of modern renaissance of Oman, His Majesty Sultan Qaboos bin Saeed, as the axis of development and the cornerstone of achieving sustainable growth and preserving the developmental gains achieved in the Sultanate. The decision of the Council of Ministers to provide 25,000 jobs for the national workforce to strengthen those efforts and follow the process of construction and development, the decision clarified that the target number will be operated in the state's public and private institutions, a first stage followed by other steps in this area.
25,000 job opportunities which has been announced by the government. I think the message has come at the right time, and we at Majlis Shura and Human Resources and Youth Committee, we have welcomed this announcement, and actually we have been working, quite some time now in the committee with regard with the challenges of finding jobs or the right jobs for the job seekers, which the number at the moment by end of September was 45,000. So I think it will help a lot, to bring down the challenges.
At the current stage of the Blessed Renaissance process, the Sultanate seeks to expand the role of the private sector in absorbing job seekers, training and employing them in various technical and administrative sites, and implementing national programs to bring Omanis into leadership and supervisory positions in the private sector.
Thousands of jobs are available with this private sector, with different sectors, and most of them are good jobs. But what we need, I think, private sector, they need to work closer with the government, or government, they need to work closer with the private sector. As His Majesty mentioned in his last speech in Majlis Oman in 2012 here, that it's the time for private sector to take over this responsibility to find right jobs and good jobs for young Omanis. We at Majlis Shura as well in the committee, we had a long discussion and a brainstorming session with the private sector from all different sectors.
The government plans also aim to encourage Omani youth to set up their own institutions and enter free labor market as a job-saving sector and an important source of national economy. The role of supporting the entrepreneurs is supported by a number of state institutions and the private sector, such as Al Rafd Fund and the General Authority for the Development of Small and Medium Enterprises.
A request or a call to the private sector, it is your time actually. I mean, we know that we have a lot of expatriates at the moment who are working in good jobs in the private sector. It's time to train Omanis to take over most of these jobs. And also my advice to the young Omanis actually who are at the moment working in the private sector is to retain their jobs, not to leave their jobs, looking forward for another opportunity in that way, 25,000 jobs.
The Omani youth is proving its efficiency and ability to make a quantum leap in various scientific, economic, social, cultural and other fields, which is reflected today in the presence of the national workforce in various workplaces and its participation in enhancing its role in the major projects being implemented within the programs of the 9th five-year plan of the Omani Economy 2040. From Majlis Shura Hall here in Muscat, I'm Abdullah bin Ahmed Al-Rubai, Sultanate of Oman Television, Muscat.
The Omani foreign policy has adopted fixed foundations during the last 47 years of the Blessed Renaissance. This policy is distinguished as a unique approach internationally on terms of the Sultanate's relations with other countries and its stances. It stemmed from the wise vision of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos in reading global changes. The success of Omani foreign policy relies on the Omani character and His Majesty's far-sighted approach, which is based on building a civilized citizen and a modern state at the domestic level and extending relations with all countries in the world at the external level. The Sultanate's policy adopted positive neutrality and extended the hand of friendship and support to all. This acquired the Sultanate's appreciation of the world and wisdom in dealing with different disputes. It also attained a good reputation that qualified it to contribute in solving many conflicts. The Sultanate always stresses in different occasions that conflicts should be solved through peaceful means and that achieving peace and stability through dialogue is the ultimate goal for all countries.
Royal Oman Police has been working tirelessly and with determination during the last 47 years to achieve the security and stability of the country and provide the best services to citizens and residents. Its aim has been always to safeguard the Sultanate's development achievements. The Sultanate's celebration of the 47th National Day was an opportunity to highlight the ROP's role and great achievements. Many ROP projects were opened this year to spread its traffic services to all parts of the Sultanate. ROP personnel are always present at adverse weather conditions and other incidents to provide rescue and medical services. The Sultanate was also the first to give women the opportunity to join police forces. Omani women have proved their capabilities to work in the public sector and play a greater role in different occasions. The ROP is exerting great efforts to combat cybercrimes such as electronic fraud and spreading rumors. In the field of raising traffic awareness, the statistics on traffic accidents have shown a decrease, which proved the success of the ROP's policy to involve individuals and establishments through the activation of traffic safety competition committees and initiatives on traffic safety.
Through the years of the blessed Renaissance, the Omani media committed to national values and standards that enable them to perform their duty in serving the march of comprehensive development efficiently. The voice of the Omani media is keen to search for honesty, objectivity and balance in taking local, regional and international updates and issues. The Omani media documented the loyal people with His Majesty the Sultan in the process of work and building as first steps of a nation that is looking forward to a developmental path accomplishing the achievements of the contemporary state and its policies. Through a number of radio channels, the Public Authority for Radio and Television seeks to stress the national identity and values of Omani society. By inaugurating a number of specialised channels and opening media offices in the governorates, the media provides coverage of various events and daily activities. A number of dailies and publications in both Arabic and English, besides electronic journalism and private radio channels, are sharing the same values in presenting a media product that describes the events as they happen without modification or exaggeration. Still to come in our news bulletin.
The Omani cities and towns throughout the Renaissance era of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos have progressed to modernity without losing its identity.
The Sultanate's 9th five-year plan concentrates on the partnership between the public and private sectors.
The Sultanate also plans to attract more investment in various sectors to upgrade the industrial sector and continues effort to diversify income means. More details in the following report.
The 9th five-year plan, with its implementation program, focuses on the partnership between public and private sectors to fulfill its targeted projects in transformative industries, tourism, mining, logistics services and fisheries wealth sectors, worth around 41 billion Omani riyals, and it gives 80% of those projects to the private sector.
It's a beautiful country. I lived in it all my life. It has over 1,700 kilometers of coastline, beautiful beaches, mountain terrain, desert terrain with a lot of desert sports, of course, associated with it. Well-developed infrastructure, great opportunity for business as well as pleasure.
The Sultanate plans to attract more domestic and foreign investments in various economic sectors within government policies, strategic locations, regulations, economic incentives and infrastructure in the free economic zones in Duqm, Salalah, Suhar, Al-Mazyuna and the 9 industrial estates in all governorates. It also seeks to enhance foreign investment in the Sultanate, which currently exceeds 14 billion Omani riyals in fields related to financial brokerage, oil and gas extraction, transformative industries, commerce, establishments and real estate sectors, including electricity, water, hotels and restaurants sectors.
Oman is blessed with its natural resources. So we've got oil and gas as the backbone of Oman economy. Oman have been enjoying oil for the past 4 decades. And the oil and gas is, of course, the source of energy today. And that is very, very important because it's not only serving the country, the region, but also it's a world demand commodity for the world.
The Sultanate also seeks to develop the industrial sector as one of the sectors of economic diversification under the focus of the 9th five-year plan, with the aim to increase the volume of investments in this sector, which is currently around 19 billion Omani riyals, distributed to mining, food and petrochemicals industries. The industrial estates affiliated to Public Establishment for Industrial Estates attracted a good share of those investments, achieving 6.5 billion Omani riyals in 1,780 projects that provided more than 53,000 job opportunities, with an Omanization percentage of 36% until the first half of 2017.
Oman as a geographical entity has got a huge opportunity over its GCC neighbours. It doesn't have the restriction of the Straits of Hormuz. It has a huge opportunity because it sits on the east-west global trade route, as witnessed by Salalah being one of the largest transshipment ports in the world.
In the last few years, the biggest share of investments were directed to the Special Economic Zone in Duqm, which is considered one of the major economic zones in the Middle East that allows the foreign investors to establish projects without a local partner, with the group facilities and incentives, where the domestic and foreign investments in Duqm exceeded 5 billion Omani riyals in infrastructure sector, the Omani Chinese industrial city in Duqm, Ras Markaz oil storage station and Duqm refinery, in addition to other investments in industrial tourism, commerce, real estate, education and logistics services sectors.
For sea-air connection, Duqm can be a hub. Distribution, look, if it is going to be by sea and air, Duqm will be the ideal place.
As the Sultanate heads towards a future, it continues its efforts to diversify the income means, develop national economy, and expand foreign investments in a way that integrates with domestic investments within the framework of regional and international partnership, as well as the agreements of economic and technical cooperation with a number of brotherly and friendly countries.
The government allocated an amount of 11.7 billion Omani riyals for the state's general budget in 2017.
The Central Bank of Oman follows up the monetary situation in the Sultanate according to the changing economic factors. More details in the following report by Ra'al Al-Jardaniya.
The Ministry of Finance, which prepares the state's general budget, includes various programs and development projects in different fields. This year's budget is estimated to be around 11.7 billion Omani riyals. Within its framework, the Ministry of Finance emphasizes to absorb the deficit at safe levels through borrowing, issuing bonds, internal and external instruments, reducing public expenditure, uplift the efficiency of the budget, and revise non-oil revenues, which help to reduce the deficit by 32%. During the previous months, an increase was noted in the public revenues by 20%, so as to reach to an amount of 6 billion Omani riyals, and an increase in public expenditure by 4%, amounted to 8.5 billion Omani riyals. This enhanced performance was due to improvements in oil prices since the beginning of the year, increased taxes on companies, and removal of subsidies on fuel. The Central Bank of Oman is following up monetary situation in the Sultanate, monitoring and controlling according to the changes in economy factors. Latest data showed an increase in the assets of commercial banks in the Sultanate to more than 27.5 billion Omani riyals. During the previous years, where granted loans from banks reached 20 billion riyals and deposits increased to 19 billion Omani riyals. At the same time, the basic total capital and reserves of banks exceeded 4 billion riyals. The good financial performance of the Sultanate this year indicated increase in the gross domestic product (GDP) by the end of second quarter of the year, with 12% reaching 13 billion Omani riyals by the support of oil and non-oil revenues and investments in private sectors which enhance its role in the national economy and employment of national manpower during this period.
During the
Renaissance March over the past 4 decades, the Sultanate's vast road networks touched almost all parts of the governorate, and many roads turned into dual carriageway and expressways. Here is a report by Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi.
Roads are considered to be one of the major elements of infrastructure, which also can be addressed as a development parameter for many countries. Hence, the Sultanate places great emphasis on the transport and communications sector due to its effective role in the economic, social, and tourism areas. The road sector is a top priority for the government. Integrated road networks have been constructed in accordance with the strategic scheme for developing road networks to accommodate the transport requirements. One of the most prominent projects currently underway is Al-Batuna Expressway project, which connects Muscat Expressway in the Wilaya of Barka to Khatmat Milaha in the Wilaya of Shinas.
What has been achieved is really remarkable. I mean, looking at all the projects which have been completed, we could say that the government is following a strategic long-term plan to connect different parts and regions of the Sultanate. And those road projects are important, particularly important, because they enhance economic growth, tourism, and most importantly, they reduce car accidents, and they help in maintaining road safety in general.
There are other ongoing major road projects, some of which are the dualization of Bid Bitsur and the dualization of Adam Thamrit. In addition, the road project of the economic zone of Ad-Duqm is another example of such promising projects, due to the fact that Ad-Duqm economic zone is witnessing huge and steady growth and is considered a vital future center for the local, regional, and international trade markets. Over the past few years, the Sultanate has witnessed a remarkable distinction in road networks. According to the Global Competitiveness Report 2013-2014 issued by the World Economic Forum, it was ranked third in the world in respect to road quality.
There are hundreds of kilometers of roads that are constructed every year. And most importantly, these roads are based on international standards and meeting the impressive quality. So I think the Sultanate deserves to win such awards that can enable the Sultanate to meet the sustainable development.
The road transport sector remains a promising developmental area where efforts are being made to strengthen it through upgrading the existing roads and establishing others in accordance with the highest standards. The road network in the Sultanate is witnessing a significant growth. Such progress is important to facilitate communication between all regions and governorates and enhance the national economy. For the Sultanate of Oman Television English News, Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi.
On this glorious National Day, words of appreciation to the builder of the nation are conveyed by many who live in this great land of Oman. Our reporter Abdullah Al-Rabai met with some and they had this to say.
Tamima bint Rashid al-Dagheshi, Senior Consultant, Maternal Fetal Medicine at Sultan Qaboos University Hospital. I am very proud to be an Omani woman who has grown in this country, in this beautiful country, who had given me all the things that I need in life and gave me the education with the higher education. So now it's my turn to give back to my country, and I'm happy and delighted to do that. And I'm sure that there are a lot of doctors and proud Omani women who are very happy to give back to this beautiful country. I would like to congratulate you all on Oman National Day, and especially Sultan Qaboos bin Saeed, Hafidhahullah wa Ra'ah.
It's wonderful that we've reached the occasion of the 47th National Day, because I've been here for 30 of those National Days. It's my 30th year in Oman, and the progress I've seen over the years and what is happening at the moment is so exciting, with new projects in Duqm and the gas coming in at BP in Kazan, and so many great things happening. It's a wonderful 47th anniversary to be part of, and really wish the very best to Oman and His Majesty, and for a very happy National Day.
I am Rahima Al-Talai. I'm a completion engineer in BP Oman. I'm standing here today and fully proud to be witnessing many developments in Sultanate of Oman, and one of them is the delivery of Kazan project. We as Omani females in BP Oman are very thankful to His Majesty and to the government of Oman. We have a good, well-educated females in the company working across different fields. Under the wise leadership of His Majesty, Sultan Qaboos, I would like to congratulate us and everyone on the 47th National Day.
We have been traveling through a few places here in Oman, and we could see a lot of different sites, and we also realized that the Sultan has done a lot for his people, and that nobody needs to live in poverty, really, that they're really looked after, and that everybody has access to health care, to education, and also housing, and this is something we have not seen in many countries.
We saw pictures from the past, and it's amazing to see how much has been done in the last 40 years or so. I mean, this is a beautiful place, and also when you look at the infrastructure, this is just an amazing job being done. And people, I think, really appreciate what the Sultan is doing for all the people. Also, when you look at public health care, education, that young people can go abroad to study and stuff like that. I think that's very important. So these people come back with new ideas. They see like how it's been done elsewhere, and they can take best what they think also is good for Oman.
Oman is a country full of history, wildlife and traditions, with various landscapes, generous people and a welcoming environment. Oman seeks to preserve its traditional values and culture whilst keeping pace with its economic progress. Here is a report.
Imagine a country full of history, wildlife and traditions. Oman's natural beauty comes from the warm-hearted people who live and care for their country.
For me as a photographer, I love Oman because the people are so nice and friendly.
Omani people like to see the people come in Oman.
The local markets offer a wide variety of fresh fruits and vegetables, all grown and harvested by the locals. Open your eyes to the authentic Nizwa livestock market. Here you can observe the cattle auctions in their original atmosphere. Entering Matra Market, you will be dazzled by the treasures of local antique shops.
يميز هذه المنطقة تلاحم تراث مثل السوق، قلعة نزوة والحصن وهذا المسجد.
And how the people live with the nature.
Go visit a Bedouin household to feel the taste of traditional lifestyle. Cross the desert sands and find your oasis.
How they find a way to live, especially in the Hajar mountains, to live there, and how they find a way to bring water everywhere.
Locals still distribute water with traditional techniques using falar systems. 5 of them are registered by UNESCO heritage sites.
Oman is very unique in wildlife.
important on saving turtles.
The nature here is really so gorgeous.
سلطنة عمان تتميز بالعديد من المواقع السياحية الجميلة من بينها مسندم.
And this is why Oman is really special for me.
Since the 70s, the Sultanate, under the leadership of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, has seen successive development plans throughout Oman's cities and towns to ensure a balance between modernity and authenticity. More details in the following report by Abdullah bin Ahmed Al-Rabai.
The Omanis have connected their cities with the thread of glorious past, holding firm with their ancestors' skills of architectural design, which they have combined it with the modern touch in all Omani cities throughout the Renaissance period. The well-designed cities of Oman, with high-standard streets, buildings, bridges and all other services, are vibrant, mystical, where the ancient and modern exist side by side in perfect harmony. From the time of His Majesty the Sultan came to power, he has been the architect of Oman's growth and progress. His Majesty's vision has seen the country's blossom and develop into the vibrant progress. During this period, Oman has undergone a rapid urbanization process in almost 5 decades, in which the setup of the comprehensive road network from city to city, town to town, played a major role, being closely connected. The road system of these cities or towns are the most important man-made determinant of future growth and development.
I would like to congratulate His Majesty and the people of Oman for the National Day, the 47th National Day in this country. His Majesty's clear vision in the 1970s established the foundation for all the achievements that we have achieved.
The anniversary of 18th of November bears a march of a leader who has fulfilled his promise, worked sincerely in spite of big challenges to restore Oman's old position and build a modern state under the wise governors. He has also established the pillars of national unity on which the sustainable development efforts in all fields are based. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has been keen to instill values of justice, citizenship, equality, rule of law, and establish the pillars of state of law in which citizens and residents enjoy safety and security in this beloved country, Oman.
This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, Commander of the Armed Forces, presides over the military parade on the occasion of the 47th Glorious National Day.
The Sultanate celebrates the 47th Glorious National Day as it continues its march towards further progress and prosperity.
In this glorious National Day news, we also had in our bulletin the growth and development of the national manpower is the main focus of the plans and programs of the Blessed Renaissance.
And Omani foreign policy adopts stable principles during the last 47 years of the Blessed Renaissance.
With that, we come to the end of tonight's bulletin.
From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, thank you for watching and happy National Day.
Good night.